Cleveland, Ohio, the top-seeded Buffalo Bulls relied on depth and athleticism to win the 2018 Mid-American Conference Tournament title over the No. 2 Toledo Rockets on Saturday night in Quicken Loans Arena, earning the MAC's automatic bid to the 2018 NCAA Tournament. That capped a season where the Bulls were the class of the league from beginning to end, starting with a 104-94 victory over the Rockets in the league opener, and ending with a 76-66 win over Toledo in the championship game. Now, Buffalo awaits today's Selection Sunday broadcast to learn its tournament fate. The Bulls, who entered Saturday's game with an RPI of 30, Toledo, RPI 73, should expect to be no worse than a 12 seed, where they can play a projected No. 5 seeds such as Ohio State or Kentucky. A worst-case scenario would have the selection committee playing a crude joke on the Bulls, giving them a higher No. 11 seed, but also sending them to Dayton for a Wednesday first-round NCAA tournament matchup against a sagging No. 11, such as Arizona State, featuring former UB coach Bobby Hurley, or sagging Oklahoma, before advancing to play a number 6 seed like Houston or Florida or TCU. Common denominator: there was one thing both MAC finalists had, and 3 of the MAC's 4 semifinal tournament teams had in common. Buffalo, Toledo and Kent State all had transfers from Power Conference teams. Toledo's Treshawn Fletcher, the MAC regular season MVP, was a Pac-12 transfer from Colorado. After he injured a knee and could not play in the MAC tournament, Fletcher was replaced by another Power Conference transfer, Willie Jackson from the SEC and Missouri. The Bulls head guard Wes Clark, also a SEC, Missouri transfer who was named the tournament's most valuable player. Kent State had Adonis De La Rosa, a Big East Conference transfer from St. John's. Looking ahead to next season, while Fletcher and Clark will be gone, Jackson and De La Rosa will return. The Akron Zips will unveil their Power Conference transfer, guard Eric Hester from the SEC and Florida, a former top 100 recruit and 57.9% three-point shooter at Florida, in limited 11 of 19 action. And Ball State will look to its Power Conference transfers, Brocken Hagan from the SEC and Arkansas, and guard KJ Walton from the SEC and Missouri. Technically speaking, lots of technical fouls throughout the MAC tournament, with the Bulls collecting at least one in each game. While none cost the Bulls a loss, the one earned by center Nick Perkins against Toledo in the title game nearly did. It came just as the Bulls were building a double-digit lead over the Rockets as Perkins slammed the ball to the court following a personal foul. The 4 free throws allowed Toledo to get the margin back within 2 possessions, but also triggered one of Buffalo's season-long issues, which is foul trouble, as the Rockets were soon shooting bonus free throws with just under 11 minutes left in the game. Perkins just lost his mind, Coach Nate Oates said. Obviously, at that point, you get kind of nervous, but the Bulls held on and never gave up the lead in the second half. Technically speaking too, the most puzzling and damaging technical foul was called on Akron coach John Gross in the quarterfinal loss to Eastern Michigan. The underdog Zips not only had a double-digit second-half lead over the No. 3 Eagles, but clearly had them so flustered and frustrated that 2 technicals had already been assessed to EMU players and coaches who seemed to be in meltdown mode. But then Gross joined in the meltdown proceedings as something triggered a sudden ill-advised rant from the Zips coach that led to the first of 2 technical fouls against Akron. The Eagles used that whistle against Gross to snap out of their doldrums and then go on a 39-11 run to win the game. Looking ahead to 2019, with the exception of Central Michigan, which lost 3 seniors, the 8 teams that advanced to the MAC's quarterfinals, as well as the 4 teams that did not get to Cleveland, return at least 4 starters next season. The Bulls lose Clark from their starting lineup and the Rockets lose Fletcher, but each team returns its remaining 4 starters. Not only will 4 of the 5 players on the all-tournament team, Jeremy Harris, Buffalo, J. Allen Sanford and Marianne Jackson, Toledo and Paul Jackson, Eastern Michigan, return, so will 12 of the 15 combined players on the all-MAC first, second and third teams. The postseason, the Toledo Rockets should get a knit berth to represent the MAC, but it is unclear if any other MAC teams will get a look at any of the other postseason tournaments. However, Miami has made it clear the Red Hawks would welcome the opportunity. The last word, Toledo coach Todd Koval CZK said the Rockets, who lost to Buffalo,